What up everyone? I'm about to partake in what I believe is the second hardest challenge known to men in Bloons TD battles, and as you can tell by the title, that is to use the 15 most expensive cards sorted by Bloon cost. The first hardest challenge is the most expensive sorted by tower cost, and I'll probably show you guys a video on that in the future and the strategy involving it. But for now, we discuss how the hell we go about using this deck. Well, let's start from square one. There are only two possible towers you can start off with, the laser cannon and the fire wizard. The rest are too expensive to use. If you're unable to get any of those towers after cycling a decent chunk of cards, well then you can blame it all on the luck factor. Baby Rage card battles, no skill, all luck, baby rage. Like, just look at this first game, man. I had to recycle like 10 cards to finally get a card I could place, but by then I was already dead. Thanks a lot, RNG. If not for that, I probably would have been able to place down a tower and wreck this kid come late game. So for this deck you can certainly say that whether you win or lose is 100% based on luck. No joke, guys. Anyways, hopefully this next game is a little better. And wow, would you look at that, the laser cannon is one of my 6 starting cards, so I can just save up for that now. However, in all scenarios you'd much rather get a fire wizard up first because it's $500 cheaper, which means you can get it up 12 seconds earlier, and that could ultimately be the difference between life or death. It doesn't help this guy is sending balloons at me either, considering I told him late game at the tower selection screen that it was a bit of a dick move by him. And shit, dude, was I right or was I right? I was literally 3 seconds away from a laser cannon when I died, but if I had a fire wizard that would have meant I had a 9-second window to live, so you can see why I value that card highly in this deck. So we're 0 for 2 so far, and I fully blame it on luck. Come on, Ninja Kiwi, step up your shit. When I have a whopping 14% of my deck usable in the early game and I don't get either of those cards, that has to be the fault of your shitty algorithm and totally not my deck building. This next game we got the 1-3 wizard as our starting tower. Oh my god, Ninja Kiwi, I freaking love your card battle system. It's really fair and giving you a mix of early and late game starting draws and makes it so the game is 100 skill based. So thanks again, Ninja Kiwi, for your awesome system you have in place. Keep on being awesomer. Now that I got my fire wizard up, I am practically unstoppable, so I should probably start saving up for either an all-in rush or some laser cannon eco at this point. My opponent just got around 5 golden shark, so I think I'll have to go for the latter. I think I'll also have to go to the basement for a second to turn off my sarcasm detector and put on my serious glasses, because it's time to turn off the fun and games and give you guys up-to-date info on what's been going on with me. Well, again, just a reminder that the mega tournament will be played on Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so be sure to tune in then, cause I'll be streaming it, rain or shine, new router or a new router. I bring this up because remember a few videos ago I talked about how my internet was shit and was 99% certain a new router would fix the problem. Well, I ordered a new one online about a week ago and the shipping company said they would deliver by last Friday. And guess what happened? That's right, the company went above and beyond for my specific order and successfully delivered it Wednesday, 2 days earlier than expected. Just kidding, they treated me and all their other customers like dog shit because they're overwhelmed by shipments, so now I'm hoping they at least ship the damn thing out by this week. Otherwise I'm going to have to stream with my current awful Wi-Fi, so I apologize in advance if I disconnect for long periods of time during it. Nothing I can do in my control me. While I'm on this similar topic, I may as well mention the first part of the tournament that just happened a few days ago. In case you missed it and just want to know who moved on, I'll post a link to the updated brackets on the challenge website. If you're seeing it and there's one match of the 4 still unplayed, that's because one of them had some issues on the preliminary day, so they had to bail, and so that series would be made up whenever. But that doesn't concern us since that's way on the opposite side of our bracket. With that said, all the other games will be completed this Saturday. The stream will probably last like 6 hours in total, which might be a little problematic for me if I make it that far, since there's this thing called living in your parents' home, meaning they must check up on how you're doing if you've been stuck in your room for 6 hours even though you're an adult. Just AZN parent things. But I probably shouldn't get ahead of myself like that, because I have to beat my first round matchup and Chris to get to that point first. And let me just tell you, I am shitting my pants. Shitting them so hard that I'm too nervous to practice and am instead resorting to my really good prayer account and doing these dumbass unorthodox strategies. Sure makes for some great practice, doesn't it? But really, I'm actually starting to have some success in this strategy, guys. That's twice in a row that I've survived the early game. If I can pull it off one more time, then I think that means I should be safe to use this strategy in the tournament. So what do you all think? Of course, just because it's working here doesn't mean it will translate the same into the tournament. I mean, Chris got nothing on these guys, so I can only imagine I will wreck face even harder. I have nothing more to say for this mid-July day, so I will see you all again in about 48 hours for the next Battles episode. If you want to see more card challenges like this, then what are you waiting for? Start throwing suggestions at me, and hey, if yours is wacky and inflatable enough, then I may end up going with your suggestion. My ideas take priority, however, so you may not see a user suggestion come for a little while. Again, remember to like and subscribe. As an incentive to do both, I will upload a video in 48 hours if this video gets 7 likes, and I will give you a tour of my house at 7 to the exponent 10 subs. Have an expensive day.